Good evening. My name is Brightops, and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon and the Dewpoint Isle estate. Reynauld has been safely locked in the Abbey until he stops being a jerk. Dismas and Sinister Seven have gone to the tavern to blow off some steam by hiring a prostitute and getting drunk respectively, because one is banned from gambling and the other isn't allowed to wear her plague doctor mask while playing poker. And Miss Lana is happy to go back out into the undead-infested wilderness. She will not be going alone, however. Escorting her will be the newly arrived bounty hunter, Serious Armor, the axe-wielding wild woman, Rizbuns, and the explorer of occult knowledge, Cyclone. Now let's see where they will be going. Yes, it seems... While the farmstead has become open to us, we will not be going there just yet. I would rather have a group that has at least a bit more experience before we go there. But let's see, it seems we'll be once again going into the ruins. Now let's see. Does anyone have a problem with going to the ruins? No. You're afraid of the cove, and... No, we're all good. So let's see, you in front, you behind, and Cyclone up the back. Now let's see, what missions do we have available to us? We have skirmishing, which means that we will be looking for all the room battles. And what will we be getting? An item for the man of arms. Not that important. Let's see what else we've got. We have a bounty hunter item with the scouting. It seems that the other two are also scouting, but let's see what else we've got. Now this would be a medium-lengthed mission. This would be medium. Which means that we would get a campfire to work with. I might explain that later on once we actually start doing those missions, but... And our last one is also a medium. Let's see. Festal. Okay, I believe we'll be going on a short scouting mission this time around. And of course we need to get our supplies, that is just... Okay, since none of us have any of the come with any items by default, we will be just taking a couple of items with us. While we can't decide what things will be popping up during the exploration, it's nice to have a few items on hand just in case. Let us go to the ruins.
Pace out the halls of your lineage once familiar. Now, foreign.
And
mechanical hazards, possessed by evil intent.
And we're off to a great start, aren't we? On the plus side, we do not have any kleptomaniacs in the party anymore, so we can actually be guaranteed to not have someone just randomly stealing shit. Which is always nice. Let's see. I'm just double checking to make sure there's nothing we should be aware of going forward. Oh yes, claustrophobia. I'm not entirely sure what triggers that. I know officially it's small spaces, but I don't know what kind of items in particular are summoned by that sort of thing. Very quiet so far. Okay. And I do believe that it's... Ah, yes. There we go.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Oh, good. Here we go. Something to fight. Now, as we can see, Cyclone in his position can't really do much in the way of doesn't have so much in the way of direct damage. However, his two attacks he can do are debuffs. So let's see, what have we got? One is harder to dodge. Do we have anyone who... Okay, you would be worth hitting with that.
Powerful blow.
Okay, and we will have... Ah yes, the trick with the Bounty Hunter is a lot of his abilities Actually, his particular abilities seem to chain really well together, since his main primary attack, Collect Bounty, gains a massive buff if the target is marked, which he can also do. Let's see, what if we got that would be useful here? Well, bleeding isn't really worth much.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Okay, now we're gonna get... Since we've managed to get some things under control, we will take advantage of the fact that the occultist is something of a gambling healer.
A dizzying blow to body and brain.
See, the occultist is a gambling healer. While Miss Lana, her healing is more consistent, it tends to be always go to a certain amount.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
You can... Okay. Ah, yes, because we forced him into more melee range, he's going to stop firing at us, and he's going to start trying to jab us. But yeah, let's see how this goes. Ah, yes. Another interesting combination that we've got access to is Finish Him, which gains a damage bonus if the target is stunned. Which our little friend is. Unfortunately, he's also good at dodging. Let's see if we can fix that.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
And wonderful. We are off to a strong start. Whoops, did not mean to hit that. We're not running into a lot of room battles just yet, but...
Curious is the trap maker's art. His efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
We have plenty of rooms left to go. See, I know that the room up ahead's going to be empty, but there's no harm in... Since our objective is to do 90% of the rooms, there's no harm in scouting it out a little bit. I can see one room battle up ahead. That will be up ahead. Though we're not sure of the last room. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Wow, this party is just really hungry. Now, I will admit, we are taking something of a gamble here. Let's see if we can... she managed to She's marked, though unfortunately I can't quite get her. Which is unfortunate, but... As you probably saw from last time, it turns out that healing stress tends to be a lot harder than healing physical injuries. While there are classes that are able to do it, but at the moment we do not have any or at least we have none that have yet to learn the ability. Let's see if we can at least get rid of you.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
One down.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Let's see if we can see if we can actually make this bitch easier to hit. Now, if you're wondering what that particular debuff did, it's designed to lower the amount of damage that they can do, and also lower protection, which acts as something of an armor. Armor is weird in this particular game, but basically just means if you've got a high protection, it does mean that while you're not necessarily harder to hit, you're harder to do damage to. Which is...
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Let's see if we can do a bit of healing. Or at least there's going to be one less of these buggers. She is just resisting stuff. However, she could not resist an axe to the face. So all is well.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall. If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Well, we've at least got enough food in the event that our party decides to get a little hungry again. However, we also have an item that comes from the Crimson Court DLC, the Blood. This particular item isn't of use to us yet. However, later on, this one could be very useful. I'll bring it up a bit later when that day comes. Now let's see, there's a battle that way, there's also a curio. So we're going to do a little trick here. We're going to take our painting, then we're going to move backwards to get back to the door. Now, walking backwards can be rather stressful for a party, so usually you won't have to do it. However, it can be useful, just like we just did then, to avoid an unnecessary battle. Let's see, more food, some bit more gold. Ooh, and a journal page. These I'm not entirely sure when these were introduced to the game, but if you bring them along, you can bring them along. Just for example, we can just take a quick read. Blood-soaked pages torn from a journal, one of 6. These dark caves drip with an overabundance of humidity, beyond my threshold for comfort. I nearly broke my ankle on the rocks, made slick with some some slime. The pools stir and slosh with no visible cause, and the shadows beyond torchlight seem to grow and shrink of their own accord. Yes, that is one of 29 such journal page entries that you can find just while exploring. Let's see, we're gonna take a gamble here for this last room. Just to see what we can get. Because we still have plenty of money, but not money, we still have plenty of room in our bags. We've got food supplies. Admittedly, the light is low, but we'll make do. Well, she's quick, I'll give her that. Let's see if we can slow her down a bit. In fact, we can. Wonderful.
Grievous injury. Palpable fear.
And... ooh, we have fearful. We have another affliction. Not good. Thankfully, we're almost done with this particular adventure.
Destroyed.
Let's just give a bit of healing, just to... ah, yes, we've been pushed forward. Let's see if we can kill this woman this time around. Wonderful. A little bit more gold, a little bit more
Seize
food.
this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Wait. Okay, that works. That wasn't intentional, but whatever. Let's see what we've got in the last room. We have nothing, so I guess that's this quest complete. Now let's see
The great ruins belong to us, and we will find whatever secrets they hold.
Well, we now have a new item for our bounty hunter. So Sirius will have... admittedly, the unmovable helmet isn't the worst item ever, simply because... well, it doesn't have a negative to it. There are better items, no doubt, but move resist can be useful. But let's see what we've gained for positives and negatives. And Ritz has gained Nymphomania. She receives a 20% stress heal when she goes to the brothel. Wonderful. And Miss Lana has gained Natural. 20% max HP when wearing no trinkets, 20% healing received when wearing no trinkets, and plus 3 speed when wearing no trinkets. So she doesn't like using items. Huh. We'll have to make a note of that. Now let's see how things have gone.
Though long years may seek to separate them, action and consequence will invariably have their dreadful reunion.
intolerable. Clouds of mosquitoes and other, less identifiable pests continue to descend upon the hamlet with maddening pestilence. Illness and irritation abound. That's just announcing that the Crimson Court has now been opened to us. Let's see, and our upgrade from the week is the Tavern. Dismas has finished up in the brothel. He's recovered 57 stress. Sinister 7 had a night in the town, recovered 32. And Reynauld has left in search of a holy vision. He has prayed and recovered 48 stress and is no longer selfish. So Reynauld is currently not available to us because he's wandered off. He will hopefully be back at some point. We have also unlocked the blacksmith and the guild. And the world has now been opened up to us. Wonderful. Now let's see, just to show off different areas.
Make no mistake. We will face ever greater threats. Our soldiers must be ready.
Alright, we found the guild. The guild is where your heroes go in order to train. So, for example, let's just move Sinister 7 here. I have the option of learning how to use some of the abilities that Sinister 7 hasn't learned by default. Since everyone who gets off the coach has 4 abilities by default, this allows you to, with a cost of money, be able to design them for what role you need to do. In order to actually level up the abilities, you do need to improve the Instructory Master, which we currently cannot do. Though we can reduce the costs of upgrading them. And we have the blacksmith.
The bellows blast once again. The forge stands ready to make weapons of war.
Quite obvious, really. This one is designed for basically leveling up the gear that the various people can have. So though in order to do this one, you have to upgrade weaponsmithing or armorsmithing respectively, which unfortunately we cannot do since we require deeds in order to upgrade these two, which we do not have a lot of. Now let's see. First things first, we're just going to see what upgrades we can do. I guess we will have her pray. Let's see. Sirius, Cyclone, and Rizbens has... They're pretty alright at the moment. We don't have to worry too badly about them. Now let's see. Who have we got that's newly arrived? Let's see. A Man-at-Arms. Let's see. He is soft, so his max HP is down. He is, however, a Beast Hater and Unholy Slayer. So very much a case of being rather... He might not have as much health as most Men-at-Arms might have, but he can dish out a fair bit of damage towards both the Unholy and the Beast. So yes, we will definitely be bringing along our Man-at-Arms.
The raw strength of youth may be spent, but his eyes hold the secrets of 100 campaigns.
Let's see, another Vestal. We have a Cove Adventurer who is thin-blooded. I might leave you for now. We got another Highwayman. Let's see, Backtracker, no stress penalty when walking backwards. A Natural Eye, so is particularly useful for ranged skills, which is he does have range skills, so it's not a bad one to have. Unquiet Minds, may not meditate while in town, and Wild Phobia, gains stress, 20% stress in the world. So not the worst on either, since he could definitely be set up as one more towards the back line. I might I might leave him there for now, but we'll see. And another bounty hunter. Warrior of the Light. More damage if the torch is above 47. No, 75, sorry. Armor Tinkerer, so easier to upgrade his armor. Thin-blooded, so he's weak to blight, and... Well, that's just not really fair, is it? He's afraid of bright lights. Unfortunately, this is a problem since he gains more stress if the torch is above 75, but as a Warrior of Light, he does more damage at 75 as well. So, honestly, he's probably not really worth... You know what, I will take a Highwayman friend just so that we have someone extra.
Elusive, evasive, persistent. Righteous traits for a rogue.
In fact, we're going to take a little bit of money to... Let's see... Unlock that. And... Yes, that'll work. We'll... Basically, all I'm doing here is... Giving him a bit of... Giving him more of a third position spot, taking advantage of his natural abilities. We'll have to give him a name. I plan to go through the subscriber list, though if anyone wants to volunteer for it, that will be fine. However, that appears to be it for this week. Or at least, this week in game. Until next time, my name is Brightops, and I look forward to hearing from you.